that face Flipside and Northern, and they beat both of them. So, can they do it here against Maka? Can they get the win and make their lives easier later on? Using this match as a warm-up to go up against Gale Force. Maka going to look to bounce back after, or actually they took the win. They went to Game 5. My bad.
To carry on the pressure they were putting on.
To keep on this win streak. Go out with a bang. You got Maka in the blue, Farah and company, the leftovers in the orange. We get game number 1 going here on DFH. It'll be Farah pushing it out to Snasky, who puts it back into the middle. Siki airborne, passes back to Snasky. The pass plays coming off the backboard. No one able to finish it though. As Farah moved in to try get that one in, and now the counterplay. K-Dop shooting towards the net. Siki had not rotated back, and that's Maka gonna score first.
Exactly like you stated, Siki just not rotating back. Good job by Fairy Peak recognizing that team play. We wanted to see these two working together, and immediately one pass to the other, and then an open net able to shoot it on target, which is fantastic. K-Dop, one of those players running in contention of trying to get the most goals out of anybody.
Oh, Snasky going to take a shot towards the net, blocked away by Fairy Peak. He and Mystic in the corner will bump Siki, but Farah looking for a block, cannot get it. The 50-50 completely won outright by Fairy Peak, but there's Siki with the steal. Now the shot towards the net, Farah in the air. Gets a nice 50-50 that lofts it in the box, but no follow-up from Siki. That'll be a clear away by Mocket. Onto the backboard. That's 2 players on the back wall. Farah going to pass up to Siki. Only 1 player back on defense. He'll be up and block. K-Dop gets the save, keeping their lead here. 1-0 in favor of Mocket. But right now, the leftovers pressuring in the orange. Mystic to fall. Snasky to pinch. Put it over into the corner. It'll be K-Dop up on the wall. Siki gets a demo to the midfield. Give some space to Mocket to move up. Get this one back into the orange box. 3:40 left to go. Still 1-0 in favor of Maka eSports.
Maka playing a lot faster so far, but leftovers keeping it within touch as Fairy Peak puts a shot down to K-Dop with a beautiful pass. It's a little too soft from Mystic as it rolls back into the corner. The pressure from Maka is still there.
Snasky out to Siki. Farah hanging in the back. This one goes high. K-Dop will right up the wall. Send the shot laterally across the field. Farah gets demoed, so we'll leave Snasky free to pass up to his teammate Siki, who misses in the air. It'll go off the backboard. Siki again to try and set it into the midfield, but it goes to the side. And kind of weasels between 2 players. Farah comes in expecting to have a shot opportunity, bounces off with some cars. Crazy situation. Keeps Maka in control. Nobody in net. Where is Siki? Can he get back in time? Nope, no one there. Fairy Peak to finish that one off.
Very unselfish play as well. Just a quick little chip over to his teammate. Getting that synergy early. Making sure to take no risk. And that's something that's smart. I mean, getting Fairy Peak confident. Gibbs has been talking about it all day today. He just hasn't seen it out of Fairy Peak yet. And it's hard to disagree with him. Fairy Peak's been pretty quiet.
And he gets a goal there. It's Maka now in the lead by 2 in the first game. Our best of 5. Siki to set this one onto the backboard. Looked to possibly finish it off himself, but it drops down at an oblong angle. Farah not able to take the shot. Snasky will fall back as Fairy Peak and Mystic move up as a duo. They'll pass this one towards the box, and Siki will rotate in just in time to put that roller away from the net. And now the shot from Snasky blocked by Mocket. It'll be the leftovers up on the offense once more. They continue to have plenty of ball control and plenty of offensive pressure. Just very few concrete shots that have not been blocked, easily blocked by Mocket. And now Mocket with the counter plays, moving it back down. K-Dop to set this one onto the backboard. Uncontested right now, but no follow-up pressure either. That'll leave the ball back at midfield with 2 minutes left to go.
A lot of it has to do with leftovers. They're doing a really good job, as you stated, creating that pressure. That counterattack, the 1-2 pass plays to bring it up has been great. The issue is that second pass is usually a shot that's right at a defender who's already waiting. They throw away possession so easy with it as K-Dop tries to put one on target going off the crossbar.
Post and then crossbar. K-Dop not able to get that one into the net and extend the lead of Maka eSports. Fairy Peak will look to pass down, but it'll go far across the net. Farah will follow this one out of net. Misses the touch on the wall. Tries to slow it down, but Mystic with the steal. Siki now trying to get the clear, but just sets it up for K-Dop. Fairy Peak in the air to try and drop it down. Blocked by Snasky in the air. Siki try and pinch this one away. 1:20 left to go. They're still down by 2, but now up on offense. Farah to try and set it out, but K-Dop out to Mystic to take the shot. The pass back, K-Dop. Oh, Siki
so
gets in
close.
the way. Excellent positioning by Siki to interrupt that passing play. And now Snasky to slow it down on the transition. He's going to try and fake out K-Dop, but K-Dop reads it well into the corner. 2 players in that corner. Farah in the air, can't drop it past Fairy Peak. Siki to cross the net, but Snasky still on the far side, is not in position, and now Mocket has a transition outwards back into the corner. The goal for leftovers critical. critical right now if they want to be able to tie this one up. As they move it into the corner, an opportunity. K-Dub not in a very good position to clear it away. Siki also misses, though. He needed to make contact there as they push this one back across the midfield line with 40 seconds remaining. Mocket in a good position to take game one.
As that ball gets passed back, immediately back inside as K-Dub tries to drop that down, but the contest from Siki allowing this team to push it back upfield. The follow-up coming in, they crash and a miss again!
They miss it wide of the goal. After playing it past all the defenders, now K-Dub with the carry all the way down, 18 seconds remaining. They need 2 goals very quickly here. Fairy Peak gonna try and make it 3, but just leaves that one. Falls back here. Siki with ball control on the side, just killing time. It's working out well for Mock right now. That clear from Mystic will all but do it here on game number 1. As this clock hits 0 seconds, it will be impossible to score the 2 goals they need. And Mock eSports will take game number 1 of our best of 5.
Able to carry over that pressure from last game, playing with poise. These guys attacking one after another, making a count. But that's not to give any credit lacking to Leftovers. They have so many shots, just barely missing the net so many times.
But also fantastic defensive positioning from Maka. We've seen plenty of good transitions. Both teams doing an excellent job transitioning the ball out of their half, driving it down the field with support and with people to pass to. But the concrete shots just not there for Leftovers. There were 1 or 2 opportunities where we saw them missing an open net, but the majority of their good shots blocked away by the Maka defense. On the flip side, both the goals from Maka went in on an open net.
Yeah, the difficulty with it, and I mentioned it a little bit, is Leftovers are just so telegraphed on what they were doing when it came to the shot. The pass play upfield was fantastic. Someone already on the wall, and then they pass it back inside. The issue is that pass inside isn't to a player. It's to the goalie that's sitting there waiting for it for Mocket. That's credit to their positioning. Someone's back on defense, able to make a save, but if they're going to do that, Snasky had a good idea. He slowed it down. He let his team get into position, and that's where those misses were coming from. If they capitalize on that, we've got ourselves a really good game.
Yeah. Well, I think the best opportunity they had 2 players in the corner with Snasky, and he pitches it out. They aren't able to make that final shot. But as you saw, there were 5 saves there from Mocket as they're able to they read what was happening. They knew what was going to go on. So just the vast majority of their offensive pushes, they're blocking right away and not able to get it through. So that leaves the Leftovers here down by 1 in a best of 5. They're going to try to bounce back in this game here. This win, again, not the most critical for them, but it would help so much with tiebreakers later on, while Mocket just wants to have the better seed moving into the playoffs to make it easier for them to make it to those finals in LA. We'll say 4:53 left to go here in the second game. 10 seconds coming and going. And it is the Leftovers up on offense, but immediately Mocket able to move that one back out. We'll see K-Dub drop this one into the box.
What?
The shot from Mystic off of the side. Past 2 goalies, doesn't matter. Mocket scores.
Giving K-Dub this much time. Look at that patience. Just waiting for that extreme moment where he can make that pass down. Mystic sweeping in and then putting a beauty of a shot on that bottom left. Even with defenders there, it doesn't matter. He sneaks it by. Up by 1 in only 21 seconds.
Very quickly, Mocket has scored in both games 1 and 2. Now Snasky to try and get this one past Siki. Misses a touch in the midfield. Mystic will try to back pass here off the wall. K-Dub with the clear straight to Siki. Fair to move this one across the field. Snasky in support behind him. Fair with the pass over to Siki. The shot towards the net, but it's soft. K-Dub able to get the block and the bump on Snasky in the air. Farah will get it away. Very close situation there as Mocket immediately had a nice counter attack.
Luckily for him to get that save, you actually saw him bump into the teammate.
Can Snasky get there? Oh, it's off the post. So close. The upper 90 shot from Mystic was nearly on target.
Well, as that ball settles back down, 50-50 in favor of Farah. Pressure starting to come out for Leftovers. As Mystic doing a great job clearing it and then allowing both K-Dub and Fairy Peak like vultures to swarm and survey this one. Leftovers transitioning it back down. K-Dub trying to go up. He's going to let his teammate get it. As they clear that back into the middle, Leftovers pressuring pretty well.
Be Farah trying to wrap around the corner. Siki lets that one for Snasky. The screenplay might work out here, but Siki not able to get it through Mystic, who had the read off the backboard. Now, Fairy Peak and Mystic, interesting positioning, piled up right on top of each other. The bump on the Fairy Peak, this opens up a lot of space. It's just K-Dub in the back. Snasky goes for the demo, but K-Dub still gets the block. It won't matter, though, as Farah is able to put it in, tie up the game. That double commitment from Fairy and Mystic going to get punished here.
I know it doesn't mean as much, but it doesn't mean you guys should hold hands. Spread out, make some plays. But that's what Leftovers needs to do. As soon as they see that mistake, pressure it, capitalize on it, and it works out.
I want to give credit to K-Dop there, getting zoned down hard by Snasky, still able to get the initial save, but because his teammates had bailed on him, Fair's just right there for the quick cleanup. That gives us a tie game here in game number 2 as the Leftovers look to tie up the series. They dropped game number 1. That'll be Snasky moving out into the corner, bouncing around. Sicky gets it past 2 players. Open net right now. Nobody in a good position to block it. Fair trying to stop it, but missed it coming off the ground. Able to get in the way. And immediately, look at how fast Maka transitions back down. It'll be Farah who blocks this one away. This ball just does laps around the field. That's
Fairy Peak that I know and love. That one's play coming out. Able to dribble it down past 3 as Mystic, what are you doing? Oh, that shot would have been insane.
It looked like K-Dop almost saved it for him. 4 Leftovers, putting it over to the side. Very, very intense clutch solo play there from Mocket. That does not pay off in the end, but here they come again on the offense. Snasky riding side by side with Mystic. Farah sitting in net, watching K-Dop lurking in the midfield. Here's the shot from Mystic, blocked away by Snasky. K-Dop will look to keep the pressure on. Sicky in the back. Nice pop backwards. K-Dop up to Mystic, down towards Fairy Peak, who got bumped by Snasky. This will open up the space that the Leftovers need. Snasky in the air to put it into the corner. Sicky looking for the opportunity to put it into the center. As he comes off the wall, both he and Mystic miss. But K-Dop with the read. Out to Mystic. The one thing, when you go up like that, you will end up upfield. If a teammate can pass it to you, it's a good way to quickly transition downfield.
Fantastic recovery by Snasky there. Was up high on the aerial, but landed on the ceiling, and because of that, able to reset his jump. Uses it to propel himself down, back on the ground.
K-Dop dropping it to Farah. Can he get the 1v1? Mystic over to the side. 1:24 left to go in game number 2, and is tied up at 1 apiece. So Leftovers look to bounce back from game number 1. Sicky up to Farah. Does not make contact. The ball rolls into the corner. It'll be Mystic on the wall. Sicky meets him there. The nice setup over the top of K-Dop, but Fairy Peak in net will clear that away from the inbound Farah. Now Farah with a lot of space, a lot of time to put this one onto the backboard. Mystic will have to touch it off of the bounce. In the final minute of gameplay, it's still tied up at 1 apiece, but the Leftovers looking better than game number 1. Lots of opportunities to score. This one lofted right in front of the net. Sicky in the air will put it off the backboard once more. Not able to make the shot. K-Dop will clear it away.
The decision making from Mocket so crucial there. They were very low on boost. But you saw the way that Mystic challenged that. You looked like he was going to come off the wall, decided that he can't get there in time. Goes back up the wall and then clears it into middle.
Oh, Farah with the loft out to Snasky. He drops it far side, but Mystic with the read. Sicky in to create pressure up on the wall. Tries to pass it off, but does not make solid contact. Fairy Peak with the 1v1 over to the side. He's going to try and set this one out for his teammates, but the bumps from Farah on the wall. Solid play from Farah. The Spider-Man defense cleared away, now out into the middle for Farah, but K-Dop there, intercepts. Snasky over the top, up to the forward-played Sicky, who gets the demo onto the goalie. Snasky with the double tap. That's the lead for the Leftovers.
Exactly what Leftovers needed to do. The chasing down of Farah brings 2 of those defenders actually up, but then that demo so crucial. And then Snasky, just the individual play to play that double tap.
Yeah, the 2 players were out, the 1 player was demoed. You maybe didn't even need that flare. Farah would have easily been there for support to finish off the goal, but Snasky not taking any chances, puts that one in as the final countdown rolls in here. Mocket going to try and tie it up in the last moment. Snasky plays it away over to the side. It'll touch the ground. The Leftovers tie up the series.
Fantastic attempt at the end there from Mocket, but too little, too late. His Leftovers secure that win, tying up the series 1-1. Going on to game number 3. Both these teams doing what they need to secure wins, and it is a fantastic game coming out in our second match of the day. EU never fails to impress.
The interesting thing, though, for this game, maybe a little bit uncharacteristic of EU, is we've seen 2 games now that have been defined by goals scored on an empty net or by defensive mistakes. 2 goals where we saw 2 players, both the Leftovers goals involved 2 players being out of net in the same position, attacking the same ball, missing. I think it was actually Farah in both situations that kind of drew them out of the net. And this, that was exactly the story of game number 1, just the other way around.
He was like herding cattle. He was like chasing them, and they were like running away into like it was working great. Like they were afraid of it.
I mean, as someone who's actually worked with cattle, I'm not sure how similar it actually is, but we'll go with it. We'll go with it. We'll go with it.
It's a good analogy, Wave. Give it to me.
It's drawing the horse to the water. The water wasn't there. Something like that. I don't know. Leftovers here, able to bounce back, get a win here, and now we move into game number 3. the story of the match so far for me has been who's making the defensive mistakes, who's making the double commitments, who's leaving their goal open, who's not rotating properly. The rotations tightened up here for the leftovers. We saw very few opportunities where their net was wide open for an easy goal. So good to see them bounce back. Now it's up to Mocket to be able to make those adjustments, not be committing to the same ball, not be miscommunicating, and then we're going to have, I don't know, this game, if both teams have got it figured out, this game might be decided by a single goal. This might be a 0-1.
I would not be surprised, but the big difference for me was seeing leftovers playing those demos. They're getting a little bit more aggressive on that side of the field to open up those easier shots that are a little bit more telegraphed, but Mocket, if they're going to keep doing stuff like that, someone's going to get drawn out of defense, and eventually that pressure is going to work out.
It might, but there's also, I don't know, the air dribble tactics, very, very highly debated topic on how deadly that actually is on offense. Because if you can make the work, if you can kill your boost, make the fake, draw out the defender that way, so effective. But otherwise, very, very telegraphed play. Oh, K-Dop off the post. What a read! Saw where it was going. Nobody in net to block it away initially, but still also posts. Very difficult to defend against.
Clear coming out right into the middle of the field, a very dangerous spot for that reason alone. K-Dop, the first one to get to it, puts a shot on net, and then, like you said, following up. And I have to point out, probably the most beautiful boost in this game. Painted Tachyon looks fantastic.
Many of the pros rocking that over the past few days.
We'll see it again later with Remco today. I'm pretty sure he rocks an orange one.
Get it out of your turbo crates, kids. But yeah, in a very difficult situation there where even if there had been a goalie in net, the bounce off the post, very, very difficult to read, to know what to do with, especially because it looks like it's going to not go in. So the defender just doesn't know what to do. So fantastic placement by K-Dop, and then the follow-up as well. Gives Mocket the lead here in the first minute. They have scored in the first minute of every game so far against the leftovers. Mystic with the fake pass, Farah. Mystic now with a shot into the box. K-Dop with the shot. It goes high, and Snasky will play it away. Mocket keeps the pressure on as Mystic will try to drop this one in softly. Farah out first. Good communication from the leftovers to not send both players up, and they are able to get out of that sticky situation and transition out to the midfield. But can they get it onto offense is the question. It's past Fairy Peak. K-Dop's in the air, and he'll play it up to the upwards placed Fairy Peak. And it looks, see if he can pass this one out. Actually, a bit of confusion there from Mocket. That'll be able to clear it back downfield. Ball will finally make its way into the blue.
Well, rather than committing to there, he just backs off and lets his teammate take it. Even though it's not the best touch.
Okay. Close one there. If it looked like Fairy Peak, or it looked like Farah and Snasky were about to do absurd things.
It's something they tend to do.
Yeah,
so,
you know.
Rightfully so.
This one will wrap around into the box. Nice dunk there by Farah. Snasky in to finish it off. There's the crazy thing we were looking for. Fantastic setup there by Farah.
Pressure coming out. You just see Fairy Peak trying to get a better touch on this one, but Farah wasting no time. Gets in that 50-50, hitting that very dangerous spot. We talk about the worst spot you want the ball to be, and the reason why the backboard meta came out from Northern Gaming was because right above that net, it's just so difficult. And when it hits that ceiling, it rockets right back down.
Just the awareness from Snasky to be able to read that 50-50. Sicky going to try and do it by himself. Two players have to commit on defense, but Snasky, it's over the top of him. He was able to read that 50-50 coming off of Farah, so to know it would touch the ceiling and to get to where it would land. Such a brilliant, quick play. Mocket not able to respond. It gives us a tie game here right as we approach halftime. And Sicky will look to slow play this one off the backboard. Farah sits in net as Fairy Peak moves in to try and set this one out to K-Dop. The 50-50 from Farah will set this one out to Snasky once more. He gets demoed. This will free up Sicky to move upfield. He just looks for the setup play into the box. Snasky waiting, trying to redirect, but not there. Now it's up to Farah. The pop in the middle, punts it straight up, gives his teammates time to rotate in behind him. It'll be Sicky out to Farah. Looking for the pass to Snasky into the middle. Sicky in the back. Not wanting to get punished once more by a wide open defense. Means that they will not immediately follow up on that one, but is leaving it up to Farah to dribble this one down the field all by himself. Farah with possibly the cleanest dribble we have ever seen in RLCS against Flipside in week number 1. Fantastic to see if he can do it again here against Mocket.
Well, so far we've seen Fairy Peak being the one doing most of the dribbling, as well as Mystic actually. Busting out that mind game a little bit ago as Mocket tries to slowly approach. Held off by leftovers again, as every one of these defenders doing a fantastic job communicating, as you stated, to clear this ball downfield. But Mocket Approaching very well. A shot coming up from K-Dop.
Sicky with the block, not in time. K-Dop's placement just good enough, just far enough out of the reach of Sicky, and that gives Mokit the lead.
We saw Mokit do this quite a bit in their last series when they were on top. Just pressuring early on. You see those midfield clears. No one there on leftovers to follow it up to get it out. Mokit reading that so well, putting it right back in, and eventually snagging a goal out of it. Up by 1 with 1:20 left in game number 3.
Beautiful to see goals decided by offensive prowess rather than just defensive mistakes. Both of the goals so far from Mokit have been defended by the leftovers, and they've managed to sneak it past. Now with another opportunity here, Mystic and K-Dop. Snaski will play it away. Farrah in quickly in the rotation, and he'll move out. Down by 1 with 1 minute remaining. The leftovers wanted to get the win here in game 3, but Mokit also, both teams looking to take the lead in the series with the win here. Snaski on the wall, play it off towards Farrah. The demoed Mystic. Only there's a defensive backbone right now for Mokit. Make the transition out a little bit more difficult, but they do manage to get it into the corner. Sicky does not get the read on the wall. K-Dop coming back down with the pass towards Mystic. This connection, they made it work in the first goal. They make it work here with what could be the clincher.
Fantastic plays coming out, and that unselfish play, using that pass to draw out that defender for a wide open net. The awareness, not only is it a fantastic pass play, but to have that ball come in and then hit it perfectly, not skying the ball, you see it way too many times. Fantastic play again from Mokit as they try more pressure in those last 25 seconds.
Mystic to Fairy Peak. The setup, is it going to go in? It does. This game is over. Even though there's 24 seconds left, a 3-goal deficit on the offensive monstrous plays here from Mokit.
It is scary when Mokit gets confident. This is the community kind of play style that we see from them, where once they get the engine rolling, everybody getting involved, they will shove it down on your goal over and over again until they get what they want, which is a goal, and they've got 4 of them.
Oh, Farrah on the backboard. K-Dop able to make the touch to contest that. Snaski will try. See if he can get this one set up. Sicky out to Farrah. Nice setup play back down into the box, but as that timer counts back down, they need 3 in 6 seconds. It's not happening. The Mokit going to be able to take the win here in game number 3, and it's this K-Dop to Mystic connection. We saw it 2 times here with the pass off to the side and then the quick shot from Mystic. Brilliant play here from Mokit eSports on the offense as they are able to get the win, and now 1 more will give them the win over the leftovers in the match.
What they're basically trying to do right now is, obviously we've been talking, it's not the biggest for the regional championships, but they're working on their seeding. The best that Mokit can do right now is placing 3rd. And the benefit of that is when it comes down to those teams, like when you have that confidence over a team that you've played previously, you just go in with the mentality, which is so huge. And if they're able to put themselves in that position, why not? Obviously for leftovers, they just want to win. They need to win because the next team they face up against, they have to beat.
Yeah, you want to use this game as, you know, it's a warm-up game. The win itself isn't what is most important to you, but getting into the proper mentality, getting into the place where you feel confident going up against Gale Force, the team who remained undefeated the longest here in Europe. And Mokit eSports with 15 shots here in game 3. The offensive pressure was monstrous from them, and we saw leftovers with the breakout opportunities, but only able to find the back of the net 1 time. And again, like I can't stress enough that the goals that Mokit were scoring were not the defensive mistakes from leftovers. It was brilliant play from Mokit, and that the leftovers have to maintain ball control. They cannot allow them to have those opportunities because simple just positional defense will not pay off right now.
No, and credit goes to Mokit. Like you said, it's because of that offensive prowess that they've been showing. They're handling it on kind of that right above midfield area where as soon as the ball is kind of slightly cleared out, pressure's there, they keep applying that, and then they get punished for it. Leftovers had to play a lot of defense that game, and it was all due to Mokit's offense.
Absolutely. They had 6 saves, and it was not enough to get them out and get the win. They will have to maintain ball control and get the midfield defense up and running here. Mystic misses that one, but that is 3 players upfield. The aggression from leftovers, good positioning, but they have to make contact. Now K-Dop, it's just him versus Farrah, 1v2. Farrah will get the play away. And then the pass back to the middle. Mystic just interrupts, sends it over to the side. Does not want to allow Farrah to have ball control as Farrah is chasing K-Dop on the backboard.
Hurting that cattle again.
Snaski in the back. Oh, Sicky with the bump, but Snaski's shot was high. The setup from leftovers, excellent stuff there, but the shot not on target, will not go in and will remain scoreless here. 15 seconds left for Mokit to score their traditional goal in the first minute. That trend will break here. Skate Up will try to set this one out. Fairy Peak with an opportunity. Can they get it? Oh no, Fair will clean it away. Just like that. First minute will come and go quietly for the first time in the series.
Well, as the play starts to slow down, it definitely favors Leftovers as the aggression and the kiss coming out from Snasky. Just letting him know that he's there.
Mystic in the air, lofting it back towards K-Dop. Shot towards the backboard. Snasky there. Spider defense paying off. Both he and Sicky on the backboard now as Farah remains on the ground. Sicky will try to pass out, but that one goes very far downfield into Mocket's hands. Now the pass back to Mystic. The transition, Fairy Peak trying to get up and in the air. The double threat, Snasky undisturbed on the ground, able to get that one away. But both he and Farah, poor reads in the air, and that'll make things difficult as they try to move this one out. But Sicky still able to set this one out. K-Dop read it on the backboard and send it back down into the corner. Leftovers. Bit of an extended offensive here. Fairy Peak's touch was soft, and Sicky was able to pass towards Snasky, but just not able to connect in the air. They keep the pressure going, and there we go. 3 defenders out. Fair will take the shot, finally able to get them to over-rotate out of goal, and that's the first goal from Leftovers. This is the first time they have scored first.
Correct adjustments coming out from the Leftovers as well. Meeting it on defense at that midfield, able to keep that pressure going, and then eventually, through that constant pressure, that last defender gets pulled out, and then a wide open net. Doing what they need to do to make sure they go up on top. As Mocket now transitions this back down.
Ooh, rough touch there from Farah. Any more aggressive positioning from Mocket, that would have been kind of the great pass. Fairy Peak now. Shot towards the goal. Sicky out to Snasky. Can he beat Kate up? He does. Back into the middle. Farah trying to get airborne, but beat out by Mystic. If Mystic's shot had been on target, that would have been easy in. And Mocket still creating pressure in Leftovers territory. Fairy Peak tries to pass this one out to Kate up. Uncontested. Nobody pressuring that one out. And Snasky very far out of rotation. Mystic again over the top onto the backboard. Snasky now finally very solid touch outwards. That'll give his team time to reset, get their boost, and try to transition out onto offense. They've got the ball out to midfield.
Fantastic spider clear as well to buy them some time, pinching the ball against the wall with such presence to where it flies out back on the defense. But so far, Mocket transitioning it back on. K-Dop with a shot opportunity with the demo.
Is it going to go in?
Oh,
Fair
no.
will clear it away at the last possible second. It might have been going high already anyways, but still, both teams choosing to bounce the ball off of that side wall, and Mocket's like, okay, if you want to keep on doing that, we'll keep pressuring it down into your half. And right now, they've got it in the corner. 1:39 left to go. This game coming and going very, very quietly. Both defenses really clamping down here. The only goal so far on the side of Leftovers is Mystic tries to fake this one out. Farah again bails out the entire Leftovers squad, and Mocket trying everything they can to put together a goal here, but just not panning out. Fairy Peak in the air will play to the side. Now Farah very far out of position. Snasky has to deal with this one by himself, and he's able to get that one away as Mystic went for the fake once more, but it doesn't work out. K-Dop and Fairy Peak, they keep on going for these fake aerials, and so far it was working out at the beginning, but now the Leftovers starting to get the reads on them as they'll be able to get this one back out to mid. K-Dop trying to play that one through. Farah now. The 1v1 almost got the dunk there. Final minute of gameplay. Leftovers, the 1-0 lead. K-Dop, can he get this one? Oh my goodness, the zone from Mocket finally works out, and K-Dop will tie up the game.
Couple things K-Dop did really well. That Snasky touch traps it perfectly, and then that pressure coming in. Snasky basically setting his teammate up for a really tough situation there. But the way that he played it, Sicky just jumped and tried to put himself in the way rather than trying to wait. He was already facing the wrong way. There were so many things in trouble for the team on that situation.
Oh my goodness, Sicky gets the save. Can he get the clear? Snasky puts it away before K-Dop gets the lead for Mocket. A win here secures the series for Mocket eSports. So they are up by 1. 30 seconds remaining for Leftovers to get a goal in, or we go to overtime. They need the win in this series if they want game 5. Sicky over to the side. They've only been able to get through the defense of Mocket in one instance of this game, and that play right there could seal the deal. Farah in the air will get over the top, but Fairy Peak was lurking the whole time. He puts it back into the box. Snasky plays it over the side. Mystic inbound off the backboard, uncontested. And it'll be Sicky upfield. Snasky, the shot towards the goal. It goes off of the sidewall, and Fairy Peak will be able to play it away. But Farah with one more opportunity. Onto the backboard. Is anybody there? K-Dop will play it to the side. Farah will look to pass again. Sicky to Snasky. The positioning is there if they can get it towards the goal, but not enough power from Snasky. We'll go to overtime in game 4.
Now, the scary thing about Mocket is they've been going for all these aerial fakes. That creates a kind of conditioning as this team on Leftovers has started to read them very well. The scary thing is what happens if they don't fake that aerial? You're used to them missing it.
Yep, it becomes kind of the rock, paper, scissors of I don't know which one they're doing here. Are they faking it or are they actually going for it? I have to commit to one or the other. That dual threat, such a problem to deal with on defense. Sicky will be able to clear this one away. A bit of an opening. Mystic now. Cleared away. Snasky to Farah. Sicky upfield. Farah will take the shot, and what a save from Fairy Peak, keeping this game alive. There's only one goal on each side. Next goal wins. Fairy Peak will try to set this one out. Fakes out K-Dop in the corner, but no one able to do anything with it. Snasky, not the positioning he wants on the wall, and it's just Sicky back in net right now. Is that all 3 players that just missed from Mocket? No, Fairy Peak still in the back, but this is a dangerous situation. Fairy Peak will play it to the side. He's able to bail out his team here as they both had committed to those aerials and both had missed. But now Sicky following this ball. Bumps Mystic. Farah in the air to the corner. Sicky to play it out into the middle. Where's Snasky? He's in the back, not wanting to be punished yet. Does not want the easy free goal to end their chance at winning this series. Farah will wrap it around. Snasky out from the back. Pinch in the middle. Sicky with the setup onto the backboard. Mystic to Fairy Peak. Farah in. It's just K-Dop in the back. Can Fairy Peak get into the goal? He does. Now the ball moving back downfield. 1:30 left to go. Back and forth. Both teams with scoring opportunities. K-Dop right now to try and take a shot. He's not able to finish it off himself, and Farah will be able to put it back out to midfield.
Back and forth a lot as you see these guys. Now that they're in overtime, playing a little bit more cautious as Mystic tries to play that back inside, gets bumped, and possession going to Snasky. He's going to carry this all the way back down.
That's past one. K-Dop off the wall. Farah just with the read, just past it. It was like they drew out their own defender, and Farah just sat there and watched, getting the win, sending us to game 5.
That ball coming off the wall from K-Dop, just having a rough time carrying that past. Nobody in net to make the save, and Leftovers staying alive in this situation as we go on to yet another game 5.
Another game 5, and it looked like Mystic, who was coming out of net alongside K-Dop. I liked that he was trusting K-Dop's carry. He's like, okay, we're going to be able to transition out on this one, but there was just no power behind K-Dop as he just fell right in front of Farah, who's like, I will freely take this shot, thank you very much, and we will go to game 5 to try and get the win here over Mocket. Leftovers looking to bounce back. They had such a good hot start to the season, then kind of cooled off a little bit in the middle, now looking to go out with a bang here, with a win here over Mocket to prepare them to go up against Gale Force. Holy cow, they've got a big monster waiting for them on the other side of this. A win here would really help mentally.
Yeah, big difference with Leftovers on this match is very well balanced on both offense and defense. 7 saves, 8 shots, trying to balance it in the sense with Mocket's pressure coming through. But with the way that they played that situation is it really came down to their positioning at the end. Even though K-Dop and Mocket and the rest of these guys were really bringing it to them, they just were patient. They waited for those mistakes, and then they transitioned it, and that's what really spelled difference in that one goal.
The Leftovers able to keep their defense strong. Another 8 saves here to pile on top of the 6 they got last series, but the shots just less aggressive from the Mocket squad. We did not see any of the quick 1-2 pass plays from K-Dop to Mystic that we were seeing that were so deadly when we were on Manfield. And the Leftovers here able to put together the plays, just play methodically downfield. Nothing really that flashy from them here, but very, very effective on offense as they are able to get the win and send us to game 5.
Well, that's what makes them so scary is they can play that textbook play, but then you see dribble plays come out from them too, and we know the one that we're all thinking of with Farah. It's hard to forget.
Well, they're always the threat of that sort of play coming out again. But you know the nerves have to be getting to the rookie, especially in a situation like this where wins here, especially in the wins in the next series, could be the difference between having to play in the playoffs to get to land and having the automatic berth. Snasky in the back. So we've moved on to Urban Central Night. It got dark very quickly here, but this nighttime map's one of my favorites. Mystic with the play over the top of Snasky to bounce it off the crossbar. There's that goal in the first minute that we missed last season.
Fortunately, again, Sneaky facing backwards, contesting with a backflip. Unfortunate for him, nobody in goal behind him to make that contest better. forces him into an unfair situation as Mystic favorable and it puts it in the net.
Yeah, honestly, just Mystic's shot was on point. Got it over the top of Snasky, who was in net. And again, the offensive plays from Mocket paying off here. That one over the back. What a play by Snasky to get it out to his teammate Sicky. Nobody directly in net for Mocket as Sicky will drop this one straight down. No, the final shot from Snasky does not go in. Open net, could not finish it off. It was a drag race to see who would get there first. He got there first, but the speed at which he had to get to the ball meant that his shot was inaccurate. And that will mean Mocket keeps their lead for now. 3:52 left to go in game number 5. The winner here takes it all.
Well, back and forth. Farah plays a good tap over the side as 2 demos come out simultaneously, 1 for each team.
This isn't friendly fire mode. Come on.
That's why they demoed the other guys.
Yes.
Gotta go what you can, man.
Oh, setting this one out, trying to get it to Sicky, but K-Dop intercepts. Farah falls back. Defensive plays. The early, it is so true that, oh my goodness, all 3 players on the side. Can Snasky get there? He does play it away. The save from Snasky as all 3 teammates from the leftovers were in one corner. A shot to the far post would have easily scored a second goal here for Mocket. But Fairy Peak to the side. Sicky waits in net as Farah rotates in behind him. Now 2 players sitting in net. Sicky will go up first, but Farah not able to get there. There's the placement. There's the far post shot. K-Dop makes it 2-0.
K-Dop has been looking for that top corner so much this series and just been hitting too much of the crossbar or that post, but he's able to find it there. Enough power on that shot as well. Despite 2 goalies in net, no one's saving that one.
Yeah, 3:08. It was honestly, Sicky needed to be challenging that one. Allow Farah to have the space in net. Just move up, create pressure. Do not allow K-Dop to have the time to get that placement on point. Fairy Peak coming over the top. This is a dangerous opportunity here for Mocket. Can Farah get in position? No, he's kind of pulled himself out of the play, and that's going to be K-Dop again. So much time. He's going to make this the most difficult shot to block every time.
All that setup from Mystic initially in the corner, he like stops. He's up on the wall to bring that down, and instead of going into a teammate or to a defender that's already waiting on that wall, he brings it down the wall, sets it up, and then the follow through, and then the communication as well to let his teammate come in and take that shot instead. Really well decided by this Mocket team.
Oh, Mystic, is he gonna make it 4-0? He is, just drops that one in. Nobody in the back. You know Leftovers just trying to play aggressive now, and Mocket just wants to punish.
Well, if Mystic's going to be taking shots like that, the craziest part about playing upside down, and we never talk about it, is all the controls are used to get completely inverted. Up is down, left is right. It's ridiculous. And for him to just show the poise and be like, yeah, I got this. Clearly, he's got thousands of hours, and it's easy for him, but it's not fair.
Every shot so far from Mocket has been some shot where the player has had so much time to think about it. Nobody contesting K-Dop as they just keep this burn going. It's almost like the game's over and we're not even across halftime.
Well, for Sicky, he's in a weird position. He's the only one back. He's got 2 people in the air flying at him. What does he do? Like, is he supposed to contest 1 and block 1 save? In reality, he should jump up and try to make a save on the ball itself.
It's not even Sicky's fault. Nobody's contesting them in the air, and this is like K-Dop's like, I got so much time to shoot. I'm gonna make this so difficult. So if you don't, we saw the setup from the last one. The one opportunity we've seen the Leftovers had the opportunity to score. There was so much pressure on Snasky to make that goal quickly, and that's why he missed. Mocket has had all the time in the world on every single one of these shots, and they're not missing. They're making everything upper 90 so difficult, and you have to pressure that, and then you're going to make also defensive mistakes like this. This, I believe, is what we call tilt.
Well, you said it, and then they adapted to it immediately in game number 2. That midfield pressure, they finally stopped playing so much on defense and brought that defense up. They were able to contest and stop this stuff even from happening in the first place. But now it's 6 goals in just over 3 minutes, or just under 3 minutes. That's scary.
This is something we see happen often kind of in game 2, where a team like somehow cools off, a team starts to get out to a lead, and then the team that is getting beat says, hey, it's okay. We'll bounce back in the next game. You can't do that right now. You're down 6-0. This is game 5. You have to score 7 goals now to take the win here over Mocket, and Leftovers have put themselves in such a rough position. Also, Mystic, that's a Jacob shot. You need to call him because he's copyrighted that one.
Well, Farah placing it into that dangerous spot right in the middle.
What is this?
For Mystic to be up there and waiting for that,
that makes me angry.
It shouldn't.
I can't do that. Well, I will never in a million years be able to make that shot.
Not with that attitude, Wave.
That's true.
You gotta believe in yourself, man.
I don't think belief is the problem here. Farah gonna try and move this one up, do it all by himself, see if he can get one on the board. I don't think he wants a goal right now, though. He wants to avoid the infamous Brazil, but at the same time, you want the win. You got to score 8 now. They have to score 8 goals in a minute and a half. They have to score 7 just to send it to overtime. A comeback here, this would be the craziest comeback. The largest comeback in all of RLCS history was you were down by 4.
Well, I'm going to tell you right now.
They're almost down by double that right now.
The reason why this is so insane.
They're down by double that right now.
9 goals they have to come back by. The reason why it's so crazy of a comeback is because it will never happen.
This game was over before halftime, as Mocket has just completely dismantled leftovers here after games defined by defensive mistakes, then a game defined by offensive prowess, and then a game just defined by who could turtle up the best, which it was the leftovers. Now we just have the complete raffle stop, as Mocket is just obliterating the leftovers right now.
Right now, they're trying to just go for records. KDOP was in contention for most goals.
I'm trying to remember now. I wish I knew off the top of my head what the record was for the largest defeat. I'm pretty sure this is it. I'm pretty sure 9-0 is the largest differential between anybody.
Well, 8 goals I'm pretty sure was the most for one team, and now they have that record. So
now they have 9.
Let's just add
they
another
could get
one.
double digits here. This is just not.
Well, 11 goals was the most in one series for 2 teams.
Yeah, total.
6-5, and they're almost doing that on their own.
I think this is definitely by far the worst beating I've ever seen, especially for considering it's a shutout at the moment. If the leftovers could get a single goal in here, come on, guys, let's go. There's the shot from Farron. It goes in. They will not get shut out at least. One more. Yeah. 8 more goals, 45 seconds. Not going to happen. But, hey, my goodness, at least they get one in. Not going to be shut out in what could be the most brutal win of all of RLCS.
Well, in most goals in one game by one team was 8. It is now 9. Congrats to them. And now we are 1 away from tying the record as they go for a fake kickoff. These guys just pulling out all the tricks, trying to make anything happen.
Do the leftovers help out here so that they go into the record books as being the team that got beat in the longest scoring goal, or do they just turtle up?
You guys got destroyed.
They want this memory to go away.
Yes.
We've already set enough records in this game. But Farrah is still trying. I appreciate the fact that they are absolutely continuing to play this game, continuing to give it their all, even though the win is definitely in Mocket's book. Sicky, does it go all the way in? Nah, Mystic will block that one away. I kind of almost feel like Mystic would want to let it go in, just so they can get the record.
I mean, I don't blame them.
As the final countdown happens, ladies and gentlemen, we will not see leftovers beating Mocket. They will have to beat Gale Force if they want that top 2 spot. And they are really going to have to kind of collect themselves in between this series and that one, because we talked about it like, oh, getting wins here would help. Getting just coming out of this game playing well would help kind of build momentum into the series. I think Mocket just completely destroyed that momentum. They are going to have to really dig down deep inside and find the wherewithal to take on Gale Force, because that is a brutal loss.
Oh, you are definitely correct. They had such a good warm-up game, as we want to call it. It was a really good game coming into it until that last one was kind of rough. But
that was rough.
It was a great way to warm up and get ready for their next match, which is just huge for playoff implications. Simply because if they win it, they're into the land. So obviously there's some stuff there, but congrats to Mocket coming out. We've seen kind of a shaky period for them, but they're going to come out and take 2 games, and that last one super convincingly. Good for them. A good way to end the season going into playoffs.
Yeah, fantastic way. That is the end of the season here for Mocket. Well done by them to end on the 2-0